G'day mate, 40 here. So I went to bed as usual about 8:30 p.m. last night and managed to have a really good sleep. I have something like an 8-inch elevated pillow, which I find keeps my nasal passages open. Something about the evening hours that nasal passages start to restrict, but with like a 8-inch elevation wedge under my pillow keeps the nasal passages open. Just have to do a bunch of exercises in the morning because I can crimp your back unless you do things about it. Anyway, I came wide awake at about 11:53 p.m. and I was kind of disappointed because I was feeling energized after a good 3 hours of sleep. And I have a playlist on my iPhone that I usually use. It's just called Sleep. Like a lot of Jewish music and carpenters and the type of music that you can fall asleep to. And but sometimes I need something else, like if I'm awake and not going to sleep. So I put on this Milton Friedman biography on Audible, and I'm listening to that and notice I'm not getting back to sleep. So this is key for me. My experience is don't stay in bed after 15 minutes or so if you're not able to sleep. Get up, and what I like is to watch some mildly stimulating comedy. So watched Seinfeld twice, watched 30 Rock every episode. Now I'm on the 4th season of Frasier, so I just got up at midnight and watched Frasier. And then another thing I find, which is against the rules, this is really wicked. I love an ice cold cup of Crystal Light Classic Orange when I can't sleep. I don't know what it is about it, but if I just get up and drink as much Crystal Light Classic Orange as I want, for some reason it helps me sleep. I don't know. I can't explain it. There's no biological reason, but I watched one episode of Frasier. I had 2 good drinks of Crystal Light Classic Orange, and with the Milton Friedman biography playing in the background, I went off to sleep. I had a glorious sleep until about 4:28 a.m. Woke up so refreshed, ready to go. So that seems to work better for me than if I just lie there tossing and turning and cursing that I can't get to sleep. Can I feel the pull of the weekend? Amen. Have a stiff drink and pass out for a few more hours. Josh Randall in the house, bros. That's what Kevin Michael Grace would say. He would recommend having a stiff drink and passing out for a few hours. Now, this is basically midnight, late at night. It's basically the only time I can have my Crystal Light Classic Orange, because if I have more than about a cup a day, all right, I just have nasty hives and I'm just itchy all over my body. So I've got this like de-itch lotion that I start slathering on. But if I simply keep the Crystal Light Classic Orange to under a cup or under 2 cups a day, so I only use it for emergencies when I can't sleep, and I open up the refrigerator at midnight, and there's that bottle with that beautiful orange, and just drink as much as I want, knowing that it's so wicked thing to do in the middle of the night. And then lie back, watch a comedy, a nice sitcom for 21 minutes, and then allow the Audible book to run. Maybe switch from the 8-inch wedge under my pillow to the 4-inch, and then got excellent sleep. Okay, main sources of energy. So my theory is the best source of energy is connection with other people. It's not caffeine, it's not nicotine, it's not Adderall, it's not modafinil. It's connection with other people. And so I was just thinking about various emotions that for me are the best source of energy. Tangerine juice at Costco, bro. Emergency orange drink. And so for me, one particularly nuclear-sized energy source is when I realize I've let down people who believed in me. Like people who say, oh, we were really looking forward to this, or I always appreciated this about you, or I thought I could rely on you for this, right? People who use that language with me, who I like, and I realize I've let them down, that is such a powerful source of energy for me. I don't like letting people down. Like, I hate the feeling that I'm a bad person. And I hate the feeling that I've let down people that I like and admire and respect, and people who believed in me, like people who gave me a good name. So people who give me a good name, right, that's a strong source of energy for me that I don't want to let them down. So when someone says, oh, that was a good stream you did yesterday morning, I don't want to let them down. But with my next stream, right, that gives me more energy to put more work into assembling notes and links for things I want to discuss on a future stream. So I notice when people give me a good name, a good reputation, or what strikes me as legitimate, valid, authentic praise for something, and I don't want to let them down. Right? That is just a huge source of energy. Then feeling part of a team, right? A strongly committed in-group, all right? Particularly when you're assailed. So after the attack on Israel, southern Israel, October 7 by Hamas, I could increase my in-group identity. It increased my commitment to my in-group. It increased, the volunteering that I do for my in-group. It increased my energy level. It's like, my in-group, it's under attack, it's under assault. We've got these barbarians at the gates. We have to look to each other and look out for each other. These are perilous times. So I find I get far more energy out of feeling like I'm part of a team than I'm just some lone ranger. Fruit juice is full of sugar. Yeah, I stay away from fruit juice, man. Crystal Light Classic Orange, super low in calories, super low in sugar. Just nothing but good health. But yeah, I stay away from fruit and fruit juice. So I joined the Los Angeles Press Club in 2002, and connecting with other journos, right? That was a powerful source of energy for me compared to just being a lone blogger. Like being part of a team, and there are things that we aspire to, there are standards, even if I don't always live up to them. There's a common cause. We want to reveal the truth about what's going on. We want to say something interesting about the world around us. We know many of the same players. So joining the LA Press Club, developing friendship circle there with Matt Welch from Reason Magazine and Kathy Sipe, who is a longtime columnist for Los Angeles Magazine, Jill Stewart. Yeah, being part of a team, right, is a powerful source of energy. And I know there are all these videos on YouTube that your work friends are not your friends. And yeah, that's generally true. But you can have a work family and you can have work friends, even if they're not your real friends and your real family. That can be a powerful source of energy. Okay, next additional powerful source of energy for me is when I feel like I'm transmitting energy to someone else. Right, when I'm talking to a sponsee and getting her fired up about her recovery, right, that fires me up. Right, when I'm transmitting feedback and compliments or helping out someone else, and I see their eyes light up and that they're getting charged, right, they're getting energized from this interaction, right, that energizes me. So yeah, anything I can do to get on the same page with other people and develop a rhythm, right? So you have to have a somewhat different rhythm with everybody in your life, right? With some people, you need to allow long pauses in the conversation. Other people, you just jump right in. Some people don't appreciate sarcasm and irony. Right? Some people like to talk politics. Some people like to talk religion. Some people don't like to talk about any of those, big issues. Right? So being clued in and developing a particular rhythm to the particular person, because everyone's different. Common mistake I notice people making is when they start a job that they start giving feedback right away to their superiors and to their bosses, and it shows a lack of appreciation for the job that they've joined. Right? When you start a new job, you want to wait, at least a month, if not longer, before you start making suggestions. And in general, I love this. Isn't this LA? I love LA. Love the palm trees. So, like, getting clued in to whether or not your unsolicited advice and suggestions are going to be welcome, all right? So that you're calibrating your words appropriately, right? Which gives you a sense of mastery. And when you have a sense of mastery, that's a potent source of energy. Like, I'm able to do pull-ups now, guys. It took me months to working up to doing a full proper pull-up. Now I can do 3. Right? So that sense of mastery over my body, like that strength. I mean, people think I'm walking around with a bulletproof vest under my sweater, but bros, my bulletproof vest, it's just my pectoral muscles, right? From all the push-ups and pull-ups and weights that I'm doing. It's no artificial bulletproof vest, right? These are just the kind of pecs you get from doing a lot of push-ups. So yeah, a sense of mastery, like getting good at something, getting good at work-related skills or computer software, developing valuable skills and then helping other people with those skills, getting paid for those skills, right? When you're constantly growing, learning new things, right? You're not getting old and stultifying and just trying to get away with the least effort possible. That's a really potent source of energy. And avoiding energy sucks. Like people who suck your energy, so minimizing interactions with people who suck your energy, deplete you. Also appropriately calibrating yourself for those you're interacting with, valuable source of energy. Thank you so much. Right, so you don't ask out a girl who's displayed no interest in you, no indicators of interest, right? She doesn't ask you unusual or unnecessary questions. She doesn't touch you. She doesn't primp in front of you, right? She's displaying no indicators of interest. You go ahead and ask her out, right? She's going to knock you back, and that's going to be energy depleting, all right? You can be the most spiritually aligned, one with Jesus, one with God, doing your Kundalini yoga, but if you're constantly getting defeated and humiliated and knocked back as you go through life, right, you're going to have significantly less energy no matter how spiritual you are and how much you pray and meditate and how much you do the 12 steps, right? There's nothing like competence, mastery, good morning, and connection, right? So that you're successfully reading the room, successfully reading the situation, successfully reading your friends and your co-workers, right? There's no substitute for victory, bros, right? No matter how spiritual you are, if you keep losing as you go through your day, it's going to be very difficult to keep up energy. Luke should find the nearest boxing gym and get after it. Okay, intellectual excitement. Like for weeks, I just got a high out of studying the differences between John Locke and Thomas Hobbes. And there were years of my life where I just got high from studying Judaism and Jewish text. And so having a mission, a purpose, a goal, the more transcendent often more source of an energy. Like if you feel like you're aligned with God, right, you're aligned with reality, that you have a mission, right? Once you have a why, like why you're doing the things that you're doing, right, you can overcome almost anything. And you've got to have a powerful, filled with purpose why. So I like decoding life, right? Trying to understand how the world works. Right? That's my primary agenda in my public blog posts and live streams. I just like understanding the world around me. That's more important to me than activism. And so having that higher purpose, right, it gives me energy, like the challenge of trying to understand what's happening around me, because what's going on around me is far more complicated and complex than anything I'm going to be able to fully unlock, but I can start to unpiece some of it to purpose, why, inspiration, transcendence, connection to higher cause, higher values, like particularly when that's attached to a particular group of people, whether it's just your friends who are philosophers. I am blessed with many friends who are professors of philosophy, like very intelligent people. And one thing that gives me energy to read as many books as I do and to put out as many videos and blog posts as I do is that I want to connect with them. I want to carry on conversations with them, with people who inspire me. So feeling a small part of this philosopher club is a strong source of energy. Feeling part of my ingroup Orthodox Judaism community, strong source of energy. Feeling a connection with people who just want to report and seek out the truth. Right? Truth seekers, strong source of energy. Like a connection with decoders, right? People who try to go behind the headlines and the pat descriptors of reality, and the low IQ Fox News talk radio descriptions of the world around us, right? To get something deeper. That's a powerful source of energy. Beauty. Beauty really inspires me and energizes me. So being in Yosemite or walking around Sydney Harbour, walking around Beverly Hills, getting up in a tall building and looking out. Beauty is a great source of energy. Feeling like you're building something, right? You feel like you're building a relationship, you're building a friendship, you're building a family, you're building a community, you're building a club. All right, when you're building something with other people, right, great source of energy, particularly when you appropriately leave people out of that club, right? As you go along, you meet interesting people and you bring some people closer, and then the interactions might get disturbing. And so I rarely cut people out of my life, but just move people out so I have fewer interactions, less intensity, less time, less frequency. Right? When I can appropriately move people in and out of my life, as I'm building a community, that's just adding the energy and minimizing the withdrawal of energy. Beverly Hills is so safe, man. So many cameras. Beverly Hills Police Department is the highest paid police department in the nation, I believe. This is where they found that killer of the 3 homeless people, because as soon as he entered Beverly Hills, all sorts of alarms went off due to their facial recognition software. So I'd like to see a lot more facial recognition software. Is Twitter going to be bankrupt? Only as a tactic. So this is a very common Elon Musk tactic. I I listened to the Elon Musk biography by Walter Isaacson on Audible, and so with every business, he uses the motivator to his employees that the business is in danger of going under, going bankrupt, and that's one of the tactics he uses to get total buy-in and extra levels of effort from his employees. So I think much of Elon Musk's behavior is incredibly self-destructive, but these weird, inappropriate tweets of his that seem to make his life and his business so much harder. Yeah, like when you see people acting self-destructively, now you might hear screaming and banging in the background. That's the janitors who are on strike. But behavior that we all engage in that's self-destructive, that other people engage in that seems self-destructive, it's also meeting a need. So all those crazy tweets that Elon Musk does, that meets genuine needs in him to feel connected, all right? He struggles with normal levels of human interaction, like most of us do who are on these live streams. And so his substitute for a lot of normal human interaction is to make tweets that push people's buttons. So on the one hand, his tweeting seems incredibly self-destructive and bad for his business, bad for his reputation. On the other hand, it gives him energy. And it repels some people but connects him to some other people. And so it's kind of a mixed bag, Mr. Musk. Music. Yes, music is a potent source of energy. And action movies, sports, anything that you're passionate about, like a good debate, a good fight. Watching Sugar Ray Leonard fight Roberto Duran or Thomas Hitman Hearns. Like any good fight that stirs up energy levels. There's a saying, all the world loves a lover. It doesn't. What all the world loves is a fight. That's from the E.B. White classic book, The Elements of Style. Yeah, Wignat debates get you going. So there can be a lot of things that get you going that still overall have a negative impact on your life. So nicotine gum will get you going, but then it might leave you feeling frazzled and having difficulty sleeping. So I just started on Adderall a couple of weeks ago. It has not affected my sleep. But I know from first-hand experiences, people who have abused Adderall, that abuse of Adderall can negatively affect your sleep. Or using nicotine gum or abuse of caffeine. Right? Many of these things that you use to get energy, Wignat debates may well prove more toxic in the end than valuable. So how about a good healthy debate on who wrote the Torah? There's a positive source of energy. Talk to you blokes later.